What's up? My name is Takashi with Cactus Warehouse, and today I want to show you our little 5-acre nursery and some of our favorite cacti. The totem pole, what you see right here, these are probably top 3 for me. Number 1, I just think they look really cool. I can't remember, but there's this like Pokemon that it reminds me of, so I'm gonna try to find a picture of what it reminds me of. But I just think they look really cool, unique. They don't have any spines, so you can literally touch them. Just knobby, bumpy, like just such a cool looking shape. And I feel like a lot of people think cacti have spines and they'll hurt you, and that is true, but not all of them. So these are really cool. Another fun fact about these, a lot of them, the way that people grow them is through cuttings and propagation, because I've heard that they just don't grow many seeds. I think because of that, that's why people do cuttings. A lot of what you see here, like, look at all this.
Flinging that knife around.
Pretty much everything that you see here is from cuttings. Speaking of cuttings, gotta get your tools with the cuttings. And if you want a more in-depth video about cuttings, I made one. But sterilize your knife. And then with totems like this, depending on where it's branched, sometimes I just like to cut right here. Boom. Look at that. Woo! That's nice. And you'll see this one. This one probably fell off. Maybe I was doing cuttings one day and just dropped it, and it's been here for a few months. I gave it a nice little tug. In most cases, you're not gonna wanna do what I'm about to do, but I just wanna show you that this probably grew roots, and I think it'll be really cool to show you guys, so. And when you're digging, just try to like dig around. Dig deep. Boom. Yeah. Look at that. Woo!
Did root.
Look at those roots right there. And sometimes you can see like when they fall over, especially on these, I've noticed like they can root a little bit easier if it's kind of like laying on its side. This one probably was a cutting that I did, and I probably just dropped it and left it there. And so you could see that's where I originally cut it, but all the roots are forming right here. So totem pole, one of my favorites. I think it's one of our customers' favorites. Yeah, they're just super cool. Next cactus that I want to highlight is the penis cactus. I'm not joking about the name. That's actually what they're called. So these, same as the totem poles, a lot of these are actually propagated from cuttings as well. I really should be using gloves, but I'm not, so. Cool, nice. Honestly, I think the reason I like the totem pole and the penis cactus is just because it's an infinite cacti glitch, as someone said in one of our comments. You could start with one of these and literally end up with thousands. It will just keep going and going and going and going. And so I think that's what I really like. It's kind of weird as somebody that sells cactus to be like, hey, like never buy another cactus again. But I think it's just really cool, and a lot of people will have fun. These are really cool. Argentine saguaro and the golden barrel. These, honestly, get huge. They're heavy. If you're not built for it tough, you will throw your back out. That is a fact, speaking from experience. Also, these ones up Lisa's foot one time when she stepped on the spine, and it was a terrible day.
Yeah, look at how long those
We were supposed to be packing a lot of orders, and she stepped on a spine and then said, I'm not packing that day. So sorry to any of the customers that were delayed.
No, they all got them on time.
So next up, I want to talk about the Pachycereus pringlei. We have a ton of Pachycereus pringleis on our property. Yeah, let's dig one up. When you're digging, I like to do like a little circle around the cacti. I want to try to get deep. I try to dig in a way that does not disrupt the roots. Sometimes it's unavoidable. I also like this shovel because it's long, narrow like that, you know. Woo! Yeah, so the Pachycereus pringlei. This is actually the largest cactus in the world. Not the one I'm holding in my hand, obviously, but these can get up to about 60 feet and they weigh at that side like something crazy, like several tons because of how much water they're holding in. So just big, beautiful, majestic. And also when you got this red right here, one, it looks amazing, but that's also a sign of good health. Yeah, and as you can see, we got a ton of these on our property. Honestly, we got a little bit of a, what I like to call a Pachycereus pringlei problem. They're growing really close together, and when that happens, well, one thing that can happen is that it could just kind of slow their growth a little bit because they become a little bit, you know, cramped and tight and don't have much room to grow. And then another thing that is a personal challenge is digging them up. You know, like it's hard to walk through this. So we're currently working on that. You know, if you're watching this video and you want to get one, we got you back, cactuswarehouse.com. But yeah, these are beautiful. The golden barrel cactus. Now this cacti right here is one of the most popular in all the world. So yeah, let's dig one up and take a look at one of these bad boys up close. And honestly, another reason why I love golden barrels when it comes to the physical digging of it, the root system is not that deep. So it's not the hardest one to dig out. Pretty easy actually. I'm just telling you this because I think it's cool, but it rained here in Fallbrook like a month ago. The soil is like still wet, which is good for me, which means we don't need to water. So, I mean, over a month in the, can you even see this? If you take a close look of where
like
I just
down
dug.
down here?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see it's still a little dark.
Yeah.
Compared to the topsoil.
Yeah, look at that. But yeah, it rained over a month ago and the soil's still wet, so we ain't got to water. Honestly, I think this is my favorite cacti for a lot of reasons. One, I feel like it's the one that I looked at the most when I was deciding to start this business or not. It's the one that we probably have the most on this property. So another cool fact about these is these actually can live up to 100 years. I don't really know what you should do with that information, but it's a long time. We'll show you a couple of the bigger ones that we have, and there's even bigger ones than that. You know what's another crazy thing about these cacti? For a long time I've read like, oh, the golden barrel, it only grows like 1 inch. That's a lie. Not in Fallbrook, California. Not with these soils. I'm about to show you some and how much they grew.
Only if you could make it up the hill.
I know. So here we have another one that's much bigger than the last one that I showed you. But even this golden barrel is probably gonna get to about 3 to 5 feet. Now, that depends on a lot of factors. You want it to be in the ideal conditions and all of those things, but it's gonna get big, beautiful, and again, I'm biased, but I just think it looks like one of the coolest cacti. I love barrel cacti. I love the ball shape, the sphere. I think it looks great for landscaping. I mean, look at it. Look at this driveway. When you line up your driveway like this, ooh! So come check this out. Take a look at this. Woo! So under this shade cloth here, I don't know how well you can see it.
That's great.
Can you?
Yeah.
I don't know how well you can see this, but
No,
we got a ton of golden barrels grown from seed, baby. So this is our next little project, and once they get a little bit bigger, we'll be transplanting them and separating them so they're not all clumped up like that, and we'll move them to just different parts of the property. The reason they're covered right now, a couple of reasons, but the shade cloth, one, it can protect from sun damage, but more importantly, it just creates the ideal temperatures to keep these seedlings growing, especially outside. It's like a little mini greenhouse. Makes them grow healthier, faster, all the things that we want. So yeah, more golden barrels. So like I said, Pachycereus pringlei, they are the biggest cacti in the world, and these are some of the bigger ones we have on our property. For scale, I'm about 4'11", so yeah, these are pretty big.
Was that supposed to be funny?
I guess not. So this cacti right here was actually a gift from my mom. It's funny because she gave us this before we even started to talk about doing cacti as a business. And I feel like when we got it, it was probably my height. And since then, Lisa and I argue about like when the actual date was when we got it. But it's been a couple years, nothing crazy. And it is skyrocketed in size. So I think it's gonna be really exciting for this thing to be like 60 feet and there's huge cacti here. But yeah, do you think I can lift this on my own and dig it out?
Nope. You can't even get...
I can lift it out.
You can't even lift that
I
big
can
golden
lift it.
barrel
I'm
over
pretty
there
strong.
without throwing your back out.
I do bench. If this video gets
10,000.
1 million likes, I'll do that.